Hello, I'm Kimilia. Welcome to KiniNews. Past Secretary General Takiyuddin Hassan said his party has not received an offer to join the unity government. When asked about the issue today, Takiyuddin claimed that the offer was only mentioned in Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's interview with the Times magazine.
Ada tawaran ke nak sertai kerajaan perpaduan? Ada tawaran latest untuk
tawaran terbuka kepada Times magazine? But we have not received anything. We have yet to receive anything.
During the interview with Times earlier this month, Anwar had said that he had once extended an invitation for PAS to join the coalition government. Asked what PAS's response was, he claimed there was neither a clear rejection nor a positive response. Anwar also said that he would not reject the possibility of PAS joining the government in the future, but that this was contingent on the Islamist Party accepting several core policies and respecting that Malaysia is a multiracial and multi-religious party. Syahredzan has filed a motion to refer a PN MP to the Parliamentary Rights and Privileges Committee. This was over a remark which Syahredzan said was in contempt of the House. Bangi MP Syahredzan Johan has referred Pengkalan Chepa MP Ahmad Marzuk Shaary to the Parliamentary Rights and Privileges Committee. This was over Marzuk's DAP kafir remark earlier this week. Syahredzan, one of 3 DAP Muslim MPs, revealed this in the Dewan Rakyat this morning after he stood up to inquire about the motion that he had submitted on the matter.
Usul ini saya failkan kerana pada saya ungkapan ini menghina menghina Dewan ini, menghina Dewan ini, dan saya percaya kita sebagai ahli-ahli Dewan harus meletakkan satu noktah kepada ungkapan-ungkapan seperti ini, apatah lagi apabila dia ditujukan juga kepada saya sebagai ahli parlimen yang beragama Islam.
Following this, Marzuk then stood up to interject and accused Syahredzan of misleading the House. He questioned when he had targeted the Bangi MP. Marzuk had made the remark on Tuesday during his debate on the Supply Bill 2024. After an argument over the issue, Marzuk said he would retract his statement if it was misinterpreted, as it was only targeted towards DAP's non-Muslim MPs. He also clarified that it was based on a 2016 statement by then Pahang Mufti Abdul Rahman Osman, who reportedly labelled the DAP as kafir harbi or infidels who oppose Muslims and the Islamic religion. Anwar has denied allegations that the government was interfering with due process and strong-arming the judiciary. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has assured that the government will continue defending the country's judiciary independence at all costs. He also rubbished allegations that the government is interfering with due process and strong-arming the judiciary. According to Bernama, Anwar said there was no truth in the allegations which are being spread on social media. Anwar reiterated that as Prime Minister, he has not encroached upon even a single inch of the sacred terrain of the judiciary. He added that he will defend the independence of the judiciary at all costs. Anwar said this at the 14th ASEAN Law Association General Assembly 2023 today. Anwar also made it clear that the government and those who wield power must be held accountable for their decisions and actions. He said the government must be transparent and that is imperative from the principle of open government. Anwar also called on lawyers to be the champions of justice, fierce advocates for the marginalized and the torchbearers of equality. He said we must strive to ensure that justice is not a commodity only available to those with financial means, but rather a universal right accessible to all, irrespective of their socio-economic status. The Court of Appeal has ordered for Tajudin to pay 120,000 ringgit in legal costs to Khalid Samad and Kinitv. The Court of Appeal has ordered former Pasir Salak MP Tajudin Abdul Rahman to pay 120,000 ringgit in legal costs to former Shah Alam MP Khalid Abdul Samad and video portal Kinitv. A 3-person bench chaired by M. Nanta Balan allowed the appeal by Khalid and Kinitv during open court proceedings this morning. The appeal is linked to the Kuala Lumpur High Court ruling last year that dismissed Tajudin's defamation suit against the 2 appellants but did not make any order on costs. Nanta ruled that the lower court only gave a brief explanation on why it did not award costs to any party. It did not give full grounds over its justification for not awarding costs in the matter. The appellate bench then directed Tajudin to pay 60,000 ringgit costs to each of the two appellants, namely Khalid and Kinitv. The costs are for trial at the High Court, leave to appeal before the Court of Appeal, as well as the actual appeal before the Appellate Court. On February 22nd last year, the Kuala Lumpur High Court dismissed Tajudin's defamation action against Khalid, Kinitv and English daily news Straits Times. Tajudin had filed a suit against Khalid over the latter's press conference over an argument in the Dewan Rakyat in 2016. Tajudin also sued Kinitv Sendirian Berhad, a subsidiary of Malaysia Kini, and the New Straits Times Press over their coverage of Khalid's press conference. NSTP did not appeal to the Court of Appeal over the costs issue. Nazri has revealed that the US Department of State is not pleased with Malaysia's strong statements against Israel. However, he said he made it clear to them that Malaysia will not budge or bow to pressure nor sympathize with Israel. Malaysian ambassador to the US Nazri Abdul Aziz said Malaysia has no sympathy for Israel. Nazri reportedly said this after the United States Department of State informed him that they were not pleased with some of Malaysia's strong statements against Israel. Nazri said he made it clear to Washington that Putrajaya would not budge or bow to pressure nor sympathize with Israel. He also questioned how Malaysia can sympathize with those who act without humanity. He was quoted by Astrawani as saying that the superpowers have not expressed sympathy with the plight of the Palestinians, including children who have been suffering for decades. On Hamas, the ambassador said he told Washington that Malaysia's support should not be questioned because Hamas, which the US considers a terrorist organization, was elected in Gaza. Nazri added that there is no reason for Malaysia not to be with the people of Palestine in their efforts to demand their rights which have been seized. He said in Malaysia only those with mental problems would support what the Israeli regime is doing to Palestinians. He added that there is no need for Israel to play victim in this issue because they have acted in a more inhumane and violent manner in the past. Nazri also criticized the Department of State for not facilitating communication between Foreign Minister Zambri Abdul Kadir and Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken. He claimed that flimsy excuses were given when Zambri attempted to contact Blinken. He also echoed Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's call on Israel to end its attacks on Gaza and for the establishment of a humanitarian corridor in Rafah, Egypt. Ahmed Fadli Shari has called on the government to fight fake news with prompt explanations instead of criminalizing it. Outgoing past youth chief Ahmed Fadli Shari has hit out at the government for allegedly stifling constitutional guarantees for freedom of speech by blocking news websites. In his speech when officiating past youth's Muktamar last night, he said this was not the proper course of action to deal with slander or fake news.
Adalah menyalahi perkara 10/1/A pelebang persetujuan apabila seseorang menteri menyekat kebebasan bersuara tanpa alasan yang tidak jelas dan tepat. Adakah hak kerajaan untuk memutuskan perkara yang benar atau tidak tepat? Mungkin mereka lupa pemansuhan yang telah dibuat oleh Kerajaan Pakatan Harapan pada tahun 2018 terhadap akta anti berita palsu yang dianggap sebagai ancaman kebebasan bersuara. Fitnah atau berita palsu ini haruslah ditangani dengan penjelasan yang tuntas, bukan dijenayahkan.
While Ahmed Fadli did not name the portals that had been blocked, he is most likely referring to Malaysia Now, TV Pertiwi and Utusan TV. Previously, Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil and the Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, have defended blocks against news outlets as being needed to combat fake news and slander. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.